What's up, Marvel Report readers? This is Andy B, your editor-in-chief. With me is my co-director, Gallaway, and one of our associate editors, Angie Dahl. Is that your last name?
Yeah.
Dahl.
Yeah, like Barbie.
Like a Barbie?
Like Barbie doll.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. So we're here at WonderCon, as you can see. Beautiful WonderCon. It's not a green screen, so trust me, this is real. And we're here to give our reactions to X-Men Dark Phoenix, the panel that we all attended. And this will include spoilers, so if you don't want to get spoilers, skip this video, watch that movie when it comes out, and then come back for a reaction. But we won't give. I mean, it's going to be out in trailers and whatnot, so it'll be fine. So Dark Phoenix, we got two clips.
Yeah.
One is That's the Longest One We Got, and it takes place in space, because X-Men Dark Phoenix is all about space in the comic. We'll see how much that factors into the movie. Lauren, what were your takes on the beginning of the Phoenix in that clip?
I was actually really impressed with the footage that we saw because it felt so cosmic. It felt very cinematic. It reminded me a lot of Star Trek. It reminded me of, what Marvel, the MCU was doing with kind of the Thanos elements taking place in space. I was very impressed with the footage that we saw and how just Jean's origin story with the Phoenix, I thought was explained really well.
And what about you, Andrew?
I really enjoyed the special effects in the clip that we saw, especially the one where they're in space, because, special effects in space can go in many different directions, so I was kind of concerned about that for this film specifically, and it actually turned out very well, because we saw it on this enormous screen with the sound booming. I think when it boils down to it, we'll have a really good cinematic experience.
Yeah, I've been very hesitant about this movie for a very long time, but I will say that first clip, you can tell that Simon Kinberg, who's directed this film, who's written many of the X-Men movies, he has really put a lot of hard work into this. And so for me, I mean, it was intense, because we have Quicksilver, we have Mystique, we have Cyclops, we have everyone with them.
Storm and the team working together.
Yeah.
There was a lot of teamwork in the opening shot, which was cool.
And to use her power in space, I mean, that is a major risk, because, Nightcrawler does something that is very risky, because the only way he can teleport is if he knows what the destination is.
Right.
He could have ended up in space, so it was intense and it was powerful, and I think that it wasn't long enough, but it wasn't too long, but it wasn't too short either. It was kind of like the perfect amount. And I know, like I said, in the book, there's a lot of space content, but I think it works for what they're doing. I mean, again, we don't know what happens afterwards or beforehand. Like we seen it come back to Earth, but they might go back in space. We don't know. Like it's a 2-hour plus movie, so who knows?
It also reminded me a lot of Armageddon, if you guys have seen that, because Michael Bay loves to use iconography that's very American, very heroic, lots of slow walk, lots of celebration. And I feel like it was a time in the timeline of the X-Men we've never seen before, which is where they're celebrated. And I think that's going to be a theme of the film, is what does it mean when they're not being hunted, but they're being celebrated, and will they compromise because they don't want to stop being celebrated? That came through for me in the clip.
Yeah, anything else you wanna?
I think that with the title Dark Phoenix, the film could have very easily gotten a little too dark, which isn't really as accessible to a general audience. And with the clip that we saw, there were still moments of humor to balance all that out, especially with the epic and intense shot of Jean getting the Phoenix Force. I think they did that well.
Yeah, it becomes that scene is gonna be like the central piece to what happens later on, because that's the perfect defeat. And then on that subject, let's take the second clip that we got, which is Team Magneto and Team Xavier.
Yeah, the team is divided, which is never fun.
It's because Michael Fassbender and James McAvoy, are so intense with one another, in a good way, that it speaks onto the screen. So in the second clip, we see that they're basically going after a house where Jessica Chastain's character is, who we still don't know who she is yet. There's theories, but I would like that. And Jean is waiting inside, and she is now in the Phoenix. You see it all over her face. And the teams are, again, it's still the whole debate. Do we kill her or do we save her?
Right.
And it's a lot of intense action. That's our first action piece where people are clashing with one another. So what do you think?
Yeah, it's always hard to watch heroes that love each other and support each other go against each other. And without spoiling who's on Team Magneto and who's on Team Xavier, the X-Men definitely split in the film. I thought the action moments were incredible, and they definitely shared on the panel how there's a scene with, what is it, a subway car?
Yeah.
I won't say exactly what happens with it, but
Right.
there's a scene with the subway car. And apparently they had to film that in one take because it was a real subway car. They had built a real set for this. It was a really dangerous scene for a Fassbender to film.
Yeah.
But it looked great.
Yeah, that was no stunt double. That was him.
Yeah.
What about you, Angie?
I personally, so like Andy, I was hesitant about this movie going into it just because we've kind of seen it before with X3 and it wasn't really done well and so on. Everyone's been talking about that. But I was really looking forward to seeing Jean just really like burn the world down. And we got a hint of that in that second clip of just how extreme her powers are and how pissed off she is at everything. And I really am looking forward to seeing more of that.
Simon Kimber described it at the panel as the first time you saw was the best of times for the X-Men. This clip is the worst of times, and that really comes through. And I mean, I think this movie is going to be very dramatic from a character standpoint because we've seen drama between humans and mutants, all because like, oh God, right. But in this case, it seems like a more personal conflict, which it's been a while since we had that. And so I thought the action looked good. The subway sequence, yeah, you guys will see how good it is. And I cannot imagine being an actor on that set, having to face that.
Well, didn't you say it stopped like 6 inches behind him?
Yeah.
It's really cool, and everyone, no one blinked while that was being filmed. So that's a major kudos to them. But yeah, I'm still cautiously optimistic about this film because this will be the final. This will be the final X-Men film for them. You know, we know they're rebooting them in the MCU. We're not going to see these actors come back at all, unless for some magical reason they get Hugh Jackman to just you know what, I will do it one more time. And this is the end for them. We don't know what's happening with the mutants. So for me, my personal goals for the film is end on a bang. You know, because yes, I may joke about it. Oh, I'm not excited. I'm cautious. I'm worried about it. But I want them to go on a bang because there's so many good actors in this film. I love Simon Kimber. I'm so good. This is first movie he's directing. He's written a lot of scripts for a lot of these films, and now he's getting to direct a story that he's written himself. And that's, of course, you want them to have success. I just don't know. Will the general audience think this?
It all depends on how they end it. If they kill everyone, people will not be happy.
Yeah.
Sophie's already involved in something where they kill everyone.
Don't kill
Yeah.
So maybe not.
Yeah, we don't need Red Wedding too. But do you ladies, want to? Is there anything you want to share about your fight with Dark Phoenix before?
I think it looked visually beautiful, but that has to be supported by story, and hopefully it is.
Yes, I agree with her.
Yes. So those are our version of the WonderCon footage that we saw. If you were there, leave a comment below, and we will have a full review of Dark Phoenix when it comes out on June 7th. So you can follow them all on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and all the social medias. Where can people find you?
Lauren Gallaway at Twitter.
I'm on Twitter at Dahlright.
And I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Andrew Bites. So check with us. Let us know what you think about Dark Phoenix, and we'll see you next time on the Marvel Report.